everyone, Sheila here from Lifewithpets. So today I'm going to do an update on the goldfish and talk about the one that we've just recently lost. And then I'm going to do an update on the babies and just some interesting things that I've noticed about them. I'm sorry about the glare on the tank. Unfortunately, where they are, they're right by a window and it's very difficult not to get a glare. So I'll do my best when getting the shots, but I can't guarantee that there won't be any glare. So this week we lost little Gracie, and unfortunately she was one that struggled an awful lot with swim bladder. When she came to us, she had swim bladder issues and they just got worse over time, and so we have been living with that. Swim bladder is not curable. Swim bladder is actually a condition with the swim bladder. Either they're born that way or the swim bladder is damaged at some point. She came to us with the swim bladder issues, and for the last little over a year we have been managing it. However, we just decided that things were just a little too bad. Her quality of life had gone down, and so it was time to let her go. So that was very, very sad this week. She was such a cute little girl. She made us laugh with the antics she got up to. She was very personable. Every time we would come to the tank, she would just come out to see us, and she was just adorable. So that was a very sad decision we had to make, and it's so hard having to make that decision and then follow through with it, but it was definitely the right decision to make. Now Belfin here, he also does have swim bladder issues. As he has gotten older, he seems to have been developing it over time. His at the moment is still very manageable, and right now he is doing okay. We did have issue with his top fin, and I don't know whether you can see it there, with it being out of the water a lot. Then sometimes it will get sort of, I want to say sore. It's not sore, the colouring will just change, and so we're just keeping an eye on that. We're making sure that we keep the water really clean. So he has really good days, but he also has some bad days as well. While the good days outweigh the bad days, then he will stay with us. So I just want to address a question that we keep getting, and that is, are we going to be still moving them into the 75 gallon? And we've decided we're not going to do that. We have managed to keep up with water changes, and the parameters in this tank are excellent, and so we're just going to keep doing that, especially now we're down to 5, and I know that over time we are going to lose Belfin to swim bladder, and so I don't see the point in just upsetting things and changing everything round. So right now, no plans to put them into the 75 gallon. We are just going to leave them in the tank that they're in. So overall, the goldfish are doing really well. You can see that Pip still has all the red splotches on her. No idea what is going on. I've done a lot of reading, but just cannot find anything about whether it's colour change. I really don't know, but it doesn't exhibit any illness. You have to excuse all the black specks on the tank. It's actually due for a water change, which I'm going to be doing after this video. So it needs the glass cleaning. We only usually have to do the glass about every other week or every third week, so this is the week it's due. So unfortunately we have all those little black specks all over. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the babies out, who are definitely no longer babies, and I'm going to do an update on them and just the changes in them and what's been going on. So I will come back as soon as I've got them into their container where we do the updates, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here are our youngsters, and these are now 6 months old. I can't believe that they're now 6 months old. As you can see, there is a big difference between them. Brie, which is the larger of the two, she is bigger than Mom now and is just doing amazing. One thing I did notice with her is that her tail, the top of it is actually fused, so it's not open the way it should be. I don't know whether I can get it to show if she'll turn around or not, but the top sort of like the top of the fin is fused in all the way down, and then it sort of splits off at the end. Causes her no issues with swimming whatsoever. In fact, she is our fastest swimmer. She glides, she's like a torpedo. So that certainly doesn't cause her any issues whatsoever. She is a much lighter colour than Junior. She is darkening up though on her tail fin, so whether there is some colour change. And I've also noticed with both of them that they do have little bits of black coming in on the tail fin, and then Junior has it on his side there. Now I thought that this was maybe ammonia burn, because that is usually what black on a fish is if it's not colour change, and I mean this may be colour change, I'm not sure. However, especially on Junior there, you can see on his tail fin he's actually got it matching on both sides, which is very bizarre. But I did do a water test and there is definitely no ammonia in the water, and I did also do nitrite, but I don't have it here now, and that was perfectly fine. And the nitrates were at 10 parts per million, which is absolutely fabulous on a goldfish tank. So I'm not quite sure what it is, whether it's colour change. Yesterday it actually looked white, so I don't know whether we have a little colour change going on there or not. I guess only time will tell. But these two are doing great. They obviously are growing at very different rates. Brie is just getting really big, where Junior is very like sort of squat, I would say. He's very compact, a bit like his dad. His dad is very compact. He's very much his dad's shape. He does have a little wen growth, but neither the male or female have much wen growth. If you look at Pip here, she doesn't have any at all. And Ollie has very little. I don't know whether you can see that. He has just a little on the top of his head, but not much. So I'm suspecting that these two are going to be the same, that Brie will not get any and Ollie will just maybe get a little. So I'm not too sure what will happen with that, but by now I do think that they should have a little more than they've got. So I don't think that they're going to grow too much. I am still water changing twice a week on the tank, and I do large water changes, so this does help with their growth. I would have expected Junior to have grown a little more than he has, but that just doesn't seem to be happening. I mean, he has grown, but just nowhere near as much as Brie. So they've still got a long way to go, and I do expect there to be a lot more growth. These guys here are thinking food is on the way, which I will feed them actually in a minute, so we can see them being fed. But because I'm right up against the tank right now, they're thinking, oh, it's feeding time. He's got such a cute face, this guy. Such a cute face. So is this one, actually. They all have. They've all got such brilliant personalities. So I will put these two back in, and then I'll go and get some food and I'll feed them. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be feeding them. It's just the Rapashi gel food, and I have the community food and the Soleant Green. So this is what I'm going to feed them, and this is actually comes in powder form, and then you make it up with boiling water, let it sit, and then just chop it up, and it's good in the fridge for, I think it's 2 weeks, and in the freezer for up to, I think it's 6 months, but don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure. But they absolutely love this food. So let's put some pieces in. And the good thing with this food is I do very often do the pieces just a little bit bigger than they can take, and then that way they have to sort of bite it off and they can't sort of chomp it down all in one go. Ollie hasn't even noticed that there's food in. I think because I've been stood here for so long, then he's got a little confused. There we go. So they will just pick away at this food and it will all be gone in no time at all. They do eat quite a lot, especially with them being fairly big. So whilst there is still a little sat on the bottom, it will soon be gone. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I need to go and get on with doing their water changes. I've got quite a lot of tanks to do today. I have this one to do and the 75 gallon, and I've also got the 20 gallon and the 10 gallon divided. So a lot of water changes in my future, so I'm going to get going. Thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed to this channel and you'd like to see more videos like this, then please do so, and we'll see you next time.